10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Dark Seer.
Radiant team pick. Radiant team pick.
Dazzle.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our deciding game number 3. It's NiP Vincere. They're taking on NaVi's new roster, or at least temporary new roster. Tied 1-1, going into game 3. Game 1, clear NaVi victory. Game 2, a very one-sided NiP victory. It's been a series of pretty dominant showings here so far.
So we need a game 3 to decide.
And if history tells us anything, this one should be very close.
It is in the bag.
Alright, game 3 has begun. Draft's underway. Let's check it out.
So
Darkseer, first overall pick.
Darkseer Wyvern.
Oh yeah. NaVi continuing to ban the Legion Commander. First phase versus NiP. They, in game 3, or game 1 it was, I think, second phase. Game 2 it was first phase, and now game 3 it's first phase again.
None of these teams have priorities on Ember, it seems. So it's actually really different in every matchup, though. Everyone has their own priorities. In this matchup we see Ember, like no one wants anything to do with Ember, even though he's a really popular pick right now. I guess if they pick NaVi doesn't really have
I mean, you say that, but like at MLG he was getting picked all the time. Nothing's actually changed, and it's only been like 4 or 5 days.
But NiP doesn't play Ember, right?
NiP does not.
Yeah.
And I guess it's not really a NaVi hero.
I don't know about NaVi.
Maybe DotA does. I don't think I've ever seen Dendi play it.
It feels like, it doesn't feel like a Dendi hero, right? Because you can't really solo kill, and you...
I could maybe see DotA playing it.
Yeah, it's a very... You know, it's actually a very participative type of carry, like a Huskar. It can be like a Huskar, it can be like a Ursa that you are very active early game. So I'm actually quite surprised to not see that hero coming out from NaVi, because it's... I know it's only 2 games, it's a very small sample size from what we are seeing from the new NaVi, but it certainly feels like that hero would actually fit their their playstyle a lot.
Radiant team ban.
And especially with the Darks here. Can't really say that can't really say that it's a bad combination. It's so good with the Iron Shell. So NiP actually take out the Huskar, which actually beat them in the first game.
Ember's still available, and also a more likely Navi hero, TA, still available.
Yep, it's
It is a Dazzle Tusk though, so pretty good against physical damage.
Yeah, NiP always have very solid defensive openings. Like their openings are always picking the defensive hero first, and as
We saw the IO Dazzle in game 1.
Yeah.
Last game was the Viper as the last pick.
their defensive hero, their support players are always on Wyvern, Dazzle, Tusk, Wiz, all the defensive heroes, and occasionally Shadow Demon as well. So NiP going to go back for that Limp, the classic Limp hero, the spell casting mid, the Queen of Pain.
I really feel like most teams would want at least one of Ember TA here, if not both.
Yep, I mean banning the Spirit Breaker. Spirit Breaker is also an understandable combination with Darkseer with the Iron Shell, which was what NiP had in the last game. But yeah, like you mentioned, I agree. Like most of the teams,
The other hero,
would
Vincere.
prefer to have Ember.
What about Night Stalker? Nobody's picking Night Stalker right now. He was first phase ban worthy in some of the
5
MLG games.
seconds remaining.
Some teams just don't prefer to go that hero, but I think that.
Do you
you're
think
right.
he was like overvalued at that event?
Nah,
Or do you
he's-
think he is worthy
He's
of
really good.
being picked all the
He's
time?
really good. I think he's really strong in this patch. You can counter all the defensive heroes like Dazzle, Tusk with your silence. You are good at roaming. I always say this, he's like the new Bounty Hunter. He replaced Bounty Hunter in doing what Bounty Hunter does, which is roaming around, pressuring the middle lane, and you get wards down because you get... Obviously you're not invisible, but you're really fast.
And you're tankier, so you can take more of a beating.
Yeah, and you provide... I think you provide more in vision now because of how they changed the track. So it's actually way better. And you used to argue that track is much better last time, but now Aghanim Scepter on Night Stalker is actually just overall better than the track. Track is much weaker now.
Oh yeah, that was a very big change to the vision of track.
So let's see what NiP go for. They have Queen might be safe lane, might be mid for them. They sometimes run it on. Okay, so no safe lane Queen. It's going to
Era
be
Jug.
Jug against Cold Embrace. Not something ideal, but if you go for the Max Fury build and you go Drum Space,
There's like, I mean, honestly, there is like zero lockdown for an Ember. I can't believe not picking it. And maybe Quap gets a fast Orchid if she has a really good game for Limp, but just seems like close to a Dream Ember game.
It's not even about the disable, you know? It's just about how much I personally value
10
Iron Shell on
seconds remaining.
Ember. Like
That as well, but
Yeah.
like it's that plus the fact that
5
they have
seconds
almost no
remaining.
lockdown.
Yep, I can see that. I can see where you're coming from. Because Snowball plus Punch is not really that ideal for Ember, honestly. You want something like maybe a Hex from Lion or Global Silence, something more reliable to Ember. So let's see what Navi
If
goes.
it's not TA or Ember, I'm just gonna... TA maybe not as good this game with the Quap now to go mid.
TA is still...
You get some damage over time from Blade Fury.
TA or Wind Ranger would always still be good for them in this situation, I think. Like TA is much more solid overall.
TA feels a lot safer to me,
Yeah.
because she can always fall back on the Ancients. You don't have to hit
Yeah.
crazy skill shots
It's
to
the
have a huge
ancients,
impact.
the ancients factor because it allows your team to skyrocket in net worth. Wind Ranger doesn't allow you to do that because you can actually give your lane to the Wyvern to like Disruptor and Wyvern are supports that are screaming, give me a lane for my ultimate. I need my ultimate. I'm gonna change the face of the game with my ultimate. So if you have TA,
And TA can give it.
yeah, TA going ancients, they're gonna be happy.
Well, that doesn't look like a TA or an Ember,
Is this?
but it is
Could it be the safe lane?
a strong laning hero. This could be your Ditya Razor.
Yeah, but I seen like sometimes Dandy, like it was the old NaVi, obviously. They do run Razor to actually win because Dandy is more like he wants to win his mid matchup, so Razor would allow him to actually do that. It's a very good 1v1 hero for Queen of Pain. It's Queen, you just really don't want to use Shadow Strike on the Razor.
Yeah,
Obviously.
you get purged, you're sad.
You might want to just consider skipping Shadow. I mean, maybe just get at most you get 1 point, but I think that in most part of the laning phase, you're gonna be just looking to use your Scream to get last hits and push out the wave and control runes because you have Blink. So theoretically, you should be able to get the runes better than the Razor.
And that negates a lot of the Queen of Pain's prowess, which is not just farming mid, but hopefully killing and dominating.
Yeah,
the
but
lane,
Queen
so.
can still help the other lanes. It's not like a Viper, you know. Oh crap! You just lost your lane as a Viper.
Nothing.
You're doomed.
Yeah, you do have a plan B.
So
ban
yeah,
number 5 from Navi.
they think the Razor is mid as well for NiP. They ban out the Gyrocopter, which is again, I think NiP really value this you see, whenever Navi has the Darkseer, they always ban the gyro. They don't really want to give away the Darkseer plus.
They have this big combo, Winter. Like, are they looking for a hero that can capitalize on that to round out the Navi draft?
Radiant team pick.
Vacuum Curse.
I actually like Silencer to counter that though. Like, but I'm not sure if they are going to run the Tusk as off lane. Because I know they do like to run Tusk support for NiP. Maybe they go for something else for...
You want some fun heroes, then would be...
Phoenix?
Axe is available.
Phoenix, Axe. He plays Phoenix, he plays Axe. He doesn't play Broodmother. He always plays like tempo control, like Clockwork as well.
Clockwork he does play as well. Do you like Clock this game? Clock Tusk? Is that too awkward?
Not so much, I don't really like...
That can make the Juggernaut very sad, actually.
So,
okay, this fits a bit
Shaker
better.
Offlane. Shaker offlane, you have the Fissure, and does he provide to the table more AoE control in team fights for Razor? Like, you have Fissure into Sonic Wave, so that is a plus. And you have more, you have more early game presence with the Shaker. So NaVi is going to go for minus armor. This is like, I think a lot of the Russian like CIS teams are going for TA Slada, SF Slada, Slada Wind Ranger. Like, you go dual physical damage with the Slada most of the time. It's not like it's a super strong carry like in the late game because you don't really farm very quick, but you make up for it by having an amplified damage. You don't need too many items to deal damage, and Slada is a very active carry to run around the map to
and
get
DRA is an active player.
Iron Shell on Slada is also scary.
True. Once he gets the blink, if he has to slither in against the Fissure, Omni Slash, Snowball, he's gonna have a tough time here.
Slither in.
He does. He kind of sneaks around, But draft is done. This is not what most teams would have done in this situation. But NaVi have always done things a bit different.
NiP's lineup is, I think, more standard.
Yeah.
But yeah, NaVi's draft is, even though it's standard for Russian teams, but there were so many options they could have gone for where the other teams would have gone for those. So we'll see how
I think if you replace the Razor with the TA, that's what a lot of teams would have done in that situation. But NaVi?
Yep.
They're sticking to their guns here. They like their lane dominance. They like to get out to an early advantage. And they're going to try to start that off. With Snako rotating bottom lane early, he's got the boots first. He'll be planting a ward. Seal Kid drop out, so we'll have a moment here. Internet issues now as NiP continue to struggle.
Razor is not so good versus Juggernaut in team fight unless you can drain him from the start. Because TA, you technically have a better chance of surviving the Omni Slash because you have Refraction plus Maelstrom. So I agree with you. Most of the teams would have gone for the TA over the Razor in this situation.
Whoa! Look at that! That's scary, dude. Over there.
Man, you're not serious at all.
We're in the game now, Winter. You didn't see. Like, the mini-map's right there,
I know, but it's paused, dude. I can do whatever I want if it's paused. My camera is not on stream. It's your camera.
What's the scariest hero in this game? Slardar? Oh, scarily ugly. Ugh.
He looks so macho.
Ugh. Macho?
Look at the muscles.
The muscles? The jaw muscles?
Look at him. Look at his 6-pack. Okay, 5-pack.
That's the scales, dude. There's no pack there.
Okay, go to Juggernaut. Juggernaut has muscles.
Juggernaut is dressed up like a samurai. He's got nothing. Look at this guy. No muscles. Armor.
Okay, Earthshaker.
There's a man.
Bane.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. What is that? You call it like a dust mask? Golden Real Guardian Helmet.
A gas mask.
So, there's no Alchemist in this game. Not sure he needs it.
I don't think we have any arguments about the prettiest hero in this game. Limp.
I don't know. I think
Razor is the most.
I think Disruptor could give her a run for her money.
Razor is the most awkward
He's
one.
very regal.
The floating hero.
He's just got that little pinhead going on.
Okay, guys.
We're back to the game. Game 3.
The lanes should be standard lanes this time round. Tusk should be roaming around. Dazzle should be supporting Juggernaut. Nothing too unusual. Queen mid, Shaker off lane. For NaVi, it's also standard. Didyara plus always one of us should be. Maybe the Disruptor Because always 105 would be harassing mid, obviously. Mid lanes are never 1v1 nowadays. Never, ever.
I kind of missed that, to be honest.
You miss those 1v1 days?
Yeah, you know, TI2 era, like 430 versus Dendi.
The true victors of the 1v1.
It's something that's easy to hype up as well. Like, people get really excited to see two star players clashing.
Let's see if Earthshaker freezes and wastes the Razor's time. Like, sometimes players will actually just drop a freezer here so he goes back to the lane late. Maybe not. I think it's worth it though, in some games. You actually freezer and you slow.
Especially if the support doesn't block.
Yeah,
but...
if the support doesn't block, it actually affects the lane a lot.
But Suneko was there. Gives Dendi a little assist as the creeps converge. Limp. This block not quite as good.
Yeah, this is a good walk here because he knows that the Wyvern would be poking his head around mid a lot.
By the way, is this just my game? Limp has a Wraith Band.
Huh?
No gold for
Huh?
you.
Huh? What?
It's just my game? No, you have. He does have a Wraith Band.
No, he has nulls.
What? I'm looking at your screen and he has a Wraith Band. Winter, stop trolling me, you jerk! God. Such an asshole. That was a mistake, I guess. This is gonna hurt his CS in the lane quite a bit.
What was he playing the last game, or he was playing Viper?
Did he have it on a quick buy maybe?
I don't know.
I don't know. That's unfortunate.
To his defense...
Maybe he wants to Reign of Aquila, says Rob.
To his defense, Wraith Band...
It is a really value item.
Wraith Band is under no talisman.
Sure. It is an understandable mistake, but could potentially be costly here as Dendi.
Maybe he even bought it and he didn't realize he didn't know he bought.
He was not the one who disconnected though. It was Seal Kid, right? So.
Yep. So he's indeed not going for the poison build like we speculated against Razor. You just go for the Scream, even though he doesn't have a null, but it's fine. Still good stats for him, good armor against Razor.
Uh-oh, level 2 Tusk. This is where things get sad for Funnick. No surge yet, only level 1. Trapped in the trees. Heal comes out, Seal Kid's gonna block the path of retreat. And they're still hanging onto the snowball. Now the Blade Fury, they roll in. That's the first blood. And NiP, get on the board nice and early.
And Shaker didn't even skill Fissure yet, so he didn't actually try to Fissure his way to get experience. Interesting. Well, Glimpse, Bounty Rune secured.
Easy. You know, some fun. Gives him an angry little love tap, but that's all it is. Fire Squad does have the Hill Ward, so Dendi knows this is coming.
This is looking like really worrisome for the Shaker though. He's not going to be like the Slider is going to get a very fast blink.
At the same time, they've done a really good job at slowing down the Darkseer. Only now just gets level 2, and Shards will trap him. This may be a kill just by the supports. One more auto attack. No, not quite enough.
Dazzle is a fast hero.
Fogged? He's got the vision. The supports do it alone. NiP. This is... I mean, you mentioned Shaker having a tough time, but Darkseer also having a very difficult time here early on.
Both the offlaners having a tough time, but the difference maker is Shaker didn't die.
And he is let alone twice. That's costly. So... Funnick down to the jungle, it looks like.
Yep, and we're gonna see the Juggernaut looking to be active soon. He's gonna max his spin and get face drums probably to try and help his team.
I really think this is the Jug build, not the
I think this
stats build.
This is the best, probably the best build right now for Juggernaut. You just treat it like Scorch Earth, you know, basically run around, get kills, whatnot. It's always much. I mean, you farm slower with without the stats and without your usual farming build, but you contribute to the team more, which is I think the most important factor in winning your mid game and early game right now as a carry.
20 and 6 on the Slardar though, Winter. He's actually getting a lot of farm, and you know, I know it's something you and I discussed. We saw an offlane Slardar, he got shut down. He didn't offer all that much to the team later, but DotA this game should have a very fast item, whatever it is.
I think Slardar,
when
you pick Slardar, you have to secure his farm early game. Like there's no way that the Slardar can play if you get sacked, you know. I think that safe lane is one of the best roles for him. Off lane, if you go off lane, you have to help him like with a Lich or with another.
Dendi, you want a rune, eh? You want a rune, eh?
Shards.
He'll be fine. But always butterfly may not be. Arctic Bird up to the ground, actually he'll get out too. And now they look to chase. Only a level 1, actually level 2 disruptor. He can still stop the Thunderstrike. He will do so. They get the limp kill. They can even glimpse back an additional hero potentially. Kinetic Field is dropped and they're going to pull back Hanskin into the waiting arms of the Razor. Great body block though. He's on fight denied to the neutrals. It is going to happen.
Damn, they even have an Iron Shell on the Wyvern. Not something you see too often.
Not often Wyvern's running at people. Normally he's kiting, but it's one of those special moments.
It is indeed. So let's see. Juggernaut has 1 point in stats. Okay, so he's going for the max spin build. Going to be very useful for his team. Lim going down there is a pretty big deal. Gave away a lot of experience to.
And especially when you get like a Wraith Band first and you're already not getting the most efficient items, dying early, really gonna hurt. That said, he is still CSing well versus Dendi though,
Yep.
Winter.
It's even, you know, it's fine. Like against Razor, you're even. You're like okay. It's the same concept as when you're up against a lane dominator with like Viper. Going even is a victory. Like, it's just more than enough for you. If you're not losing, you're fine.
A lot of this does come down to the Darkseer leaving. Like if he stays bottom, those support. If he has a better start, those supports probably not able to go contest the runes, and then the Queen of Pain doesn't get any help. But
yeah, but to be fair, he's up against a very tough lane though. Like Juggernaut, Dazzle, and Tusk. It's a really tough lane. Like he was trying really hard to get his level 2 there when we saw where he died.
yeah, it's very good at punishing the surge even if he has it.
Yeah, the
We saw
shots
that
is
earlier.
just amazing at blocking him off as well.
I mean, I guess it's Tusk. He's good at punishing everyone, but Darkseer also included on that list.
Surge is not, you know, your normal useful spell in the offlane against Tusk.
I think the thing that gives me a lot of confidence for Navi right now, though, is just again DotA. He's very close to a blink. Refarm Slardar in the safe lane. This is a hero that can constantly take over
Yeah,
fights.
but the thing is, like, because of how they set up their draft, wait a minute.
Shards are there. Queen of Pain on over the top. Good follow-up from Lim, trying to finish off Seneko. The snowball will do it. And then Zendi tries to walk in solo, but 3 heroes in position. Era also chasing, has the Omni Slash. And the Fissure comes in. It's a 5-man mid from NiP. Slardar not ready to get involved just yet. A costly 3-hero
That was
takedown.
important position, like to get in position there for Yunus. He ran all the way from top towards that fight. Like it shows that how much they value being at the fight, even though they are giving up 3 lanes for experience. But he knows he needs to be at the fight.
Just when you thought Navi were starting to pull ahead in the laning stage, NiP, the good old 5-man down mid.
Yeah, but
They will come right back.
Back to the point where I was mentioning before, I feel like Navi's game plan revolves around the blink on the Slardar, but at the same time that can be actually read by NiP, you know, so they need to make sure that the Dazzle and the Shaker, you need to anticipate.
Get your lane wards, have TPs,
Yeah, anticipate the
sit behind your
movements, because
carry.
they are going to probably expect you having lane wards, they're going to try and smoke.
Yeah.
So the Shaker and Dazzle has to protect the lanes. So if they are able to do that, it will put the Slardar in a really bad position, because when you miss your first gank when you were rushing blink, it's going to be really bad for your team.
Well, assuming it is the blink, he's got it right now. 2250
Yeah,
gold
he's
banked up.
definitely going for it. Unless he wants...
I saw Havost once go from Midas first Slardar, and they won, but I wouldn't say the Midas is what won them the game.
I think you go Midas after your blink.
Yeah.
I can actually see that happening.
I like Midas on Slardar, because he farms terribly, but I don't think it's the first item usually.
I agree. I think it's
He's still saving.
the second item.
He just doesn't want to miss the CS.
Yeah, he's gonna buy it when he needs it and for when he wants a TP score as well. So
Picked up. NiP are 5-manning. Kinda scary to jump in here. You've got the Grave to save anyone who drops low, the Omni Slash to counterplay you. Ideally, you'd like to sneak in with your team so in position to help you out. And they're going to TP the Darkseer bottom, Seneko moving down.
they need to Iron Shell the
And
Slardar.
DotA has shown the blink in the lane, so now NiP know. Not a huge surprise or anything.
Here he comes.
But he is
Glimpse.
TPing. Glimpse is available. Level 2. The snowball's there. DotA jumps into the snowball. Then the Omni Slash from Era turns the fight. Excellent. Support Tusk play again. Handskin showing why he's so good at this hero. Now always want to fly. In danger on the run. Now brought down to earth. Just trying to claw his way back. Get out of there, Surge. We'll do it. But the blink reveal is a big miss. Pop jumps forward. Unwinds the ult. Gets the 3rd kill of the fight. Quick double, taking on the Wyvern and the Darkseer. Credit again to Handskin, who 2 games in a row has been a beast on the Tusk.
This defense was just too... I think they anticipated the defense too... They were just so ready for it. I felt like it was not a good move for them. Like, the Razor was not even at the fight. So if they wanted to take the fight, ideally you want to have the Razor there first. He's ready. He's gonna start spamming his Plasma Field, and then the Slardar comes in. I think they needed to do the fight that way, because right now, what is the biggest damage? If you crush, what is the follow-up? They need the Plasma Field. That is their biggest damage spell.
And I also think you want the Slardar to not even necessarily be the first man
this
in.
Is,
You'd like to like glimpse someone back, and then he follows that up.
This is really bad because that was the first spling gank and it failed. So.
He also showed it in the lane, which, yeah, you know, of course
mean,
he's likely to have it, but NiP pinged that out right away, so they were super ready for it. Price for the jump. Not gonna happen.
It's not gonna kill him anyway. He has the Tranquil's armor. Gonna survive it. So, right now NiP is in a slight, okay, maybe more than slight here. They're in a good position from the early game. Like 2k goal is quite good, just for 10 minutes. Queen of Pain going for use as well. I think we saw this from a lot from S4 recently when he's playing Queen against Vada. He always goes for the use.
Oh, Dandy deprived of yet another rune. Seneko, no detection, so no point. Tried for the glimpse there, but wouldn't have the follow-up needed. And you mentioned support levels. This is something the TA can give you, but with the Razor,
yeah,
we talked a lot about it. They are looking rather under-leveled. Both 4 at 10 minutes.
This Razor is like so risky because if you don't crush your lane hard enough, the pick doesn't justify itself. It's like it defeats the purpose of picking the hero. I mean, I kind of understand they wanted a really good matchup for the Queen, but Queen is not going to suffer too much as you see in the game. He got a little less last hits than the Razor. It doesn't matter, he makes up by having Sonic Wave and he helps the team. You are able to contribute more to your team compared to a Razor in the early fights.
I mean, you look at it now, Queen of Pain's ahead in terms of farm, 3-1 and 2, involved in 6 out of 8. And like you said, didn't even lose the lane that badly. Diddly Ara now caught out by the shards as well as the fissure. Horrible position for him with the tower denied in front of his face. He's helpless against this. Cold Embrace won't save. And one last punch. Him down. Now Era hunting. He
went for
does
threats.
try to eat a tree, but doesn't have the move speed. No drums or phase boots.
He has Yash.
Still, they're gonna find Dandy down in the river. Surprise! We've got a prison for you.
Era found the Wyvern, so Omni Slash easy kill.
Jeez, NaVi just hemorrhaging kills, getting nothing in return. Funnick trying to split push.
It's just their momentum, you know. That's why I mentioned how important it is to get that first blink gank when you have the safe lane going for a blink rush. The whole balance of their game and momentum got broken by that move. So NiP just read that situation very well, and NaVi took a fight that they couldn't actually handle.
They might be able to get a kill now, at least get on the board. Jonas Infando does have an Echo Slam. Snowball's coming in to try and turn this fight around. Echo doesn't have the mana, has the Soul Ring though. They glimpse back the Tusk to safety. Jonas Infan walks away again and again, handskin.
Top lane.
This guy is a hero. Top lane, what are we seeing here? Era? Absolutely fine.
Yeah, so far everything is going wrong for NaVi. Can't even get the kill on the Shaker there. They don't have deep wards in enemy jungle. Ideally you want to have that when you're trying to catch the enemy out with the Slada. It seems like he's going back for Midas as well. That's the Glove of Haste. Could be a threat. But I think Midas is important.
I actually think with the way the game's going there,
you have to get Midas. There's no chance. You don't.
I could potentially get them back in it. They're not that far behind. It just feels terrible right now.
It is terrible. With the way it's terrible because of their lineup though. You need to be doing at least like somewhat.
Yeah. If you replace the Razor with the TA, it's fine. This is a fine disadvantage, but
yeah, I agree.
When that's a Razor,
not so fine.
Not fine.
So the issue with their lineup right now is they are going to struggle to take a fight from this point out. It's going to be difficult, so they are going to be looking to get trades or get a Roshan sneak. It feels like the last game, you know. They need to sneak a Roshan or they need to get good trades in return. Bottom lane, maybe they can get the kill on this. Yeah, maybe they can get the kill. No.
Could have tried for it, but disrespecting the TPs and I think Hanskin knows there's heroes. Eyeing him over and looking to jump. You know, the other thing, Winter, I think worth mentioning, however this game goes, is that NaVi banned out Legion Commander first phase twice versus an IP. Now, if you want Batrider, I suppose that makes sense, just so he can't purge off the lasso. He didn't even go for Bat this game. And that is, I would not say it's Jonas Umfan's like go-to hero by any means. It's one of his heroes, and he's good at him.
It's like banning anti-mage versus monkey business.
Yeah, but I feel like it's even more of a niche hero. Like Miracle plays anti-mage a lot, or he was anyway. Jonas Umfan plays Legion some of the time.
I can understand why they ban it though. It's like when EG plays against a different team, they ban certain heroes as well. But I kind of see your point as well because Legion doesn't seem like.
Because then it sets up for them to get like the Tusk Dazzle early, since these are not
here we go.
the NaVi one. Alright, here we go. Big smoke. Two teams jumping. DotA, he initiates onto Hanskin, does find it, but the Quaps there with the 3-hero smackdown, almost killing them instantly. Jonas Simpan looking to limp forward. Hanskin gets off the up, survives through it all. And although Dendi steals damage, an Echo Slam will delete him from this fight. And now an Omni/Vincere. The crush comes through from DotA on the backsides, but so far 3 for 1 and limp. Looks for more. Shadow Strike in 5 seconds. TP out Jonas Simpan. He found a 4th hero. The load man to get out is going to be the Slardar. Jonas Simpan brought down the Wyvern.
No, it's a threat on the Slardar, so I think I think the game is almost. I mean, it's very early.
Very hard to come back.
This game is almost over for NaVi because of the way the lineup works and the way they want to play the game.
They wanted to play this like just run at you and just face rush, but they can't. At this point, NiP's the team that face rushes, and they're also the team with the counterplays. They have the snowball, the fissure,
they read
the grave.
They read the situation very well with the movements because both of these teams are directly opposite of each other. NiP always has the defensive supports ready to actually help the cause, whereas NaVi always wants to make the first move. So when the defensive team anticipates the move, they're always more or less going to secure saving the carry. So right now this is the last and remaining play that NaVi has going for the Roshan. If this doesn't work for them, I don't think they have anything else they can do in the game already. This has to work for them.
NaVi are fighting for their Summit lives. They came to the Summit one. They had an okay showing there. They have not been back since. Right now, desperately trying to force the Roche Radiant squad. Does see always want to fly flapping around the hill, but they haven't actually scouted the Roche yet. They're probably suspicious though. Roche drops low. They may get it in time. Creep's even scouting here. NiP.
NiP can win a fight against the Aegis easily.
Well, we saw that last time. That was a 5 or 4 for 1, I think. The Aegis.
They're not too worried about, like, it's not like a game-changing Aegis, you know. Like NiP, like, okay, it's gonna happen. You have Stala, you're on Dire. It's going to happen at some point in the game. You have to.
And they still get a tier 1 mid out of it, so it's a pretty big objective anyway.
Yeah, it didn't even go down that quickly. They had to commit so much time because it's not a TA.
It's not a TA and it's only a level 1 amp.
Yeah, it's a Razor, so it's in some cases you might say that this is actually a not very good trade-off because of the time consumed to get Roshan.
Meanwhile, NiP are farming era. Yasha up now. We'll see if he wants the Manta to remove that amp damage or if he goes with his signature S and Y. Now a blink also completed. Very quick blink on Jonas Simpan from the offlane. 3-0 and 6. Remember how the lane started, where he was denied a lot of experience, but he never died. And still hasn't to this point. He has proven his worth.
I think the main difference between a Darkseer without farm and an Earthshaker without farm is you just need to drop Fissure. Darkseer, you need farm to be able to do your combo and your levels. You need more levels. So we are seeing the main difference here between the two offlaners.
Looks like they did scout Jonas Simpan in the trees. Now Slardar gonna TP in. Wyvern looking for the curse. He finds it onto the crush follow-up. This could be big. Static Storm deployed as well, but Jonas Simpan counter-initiates. He echoes onto Suniko. He gets the 3-hero backstep Fissure. Then the Queen of Pain also comes over the top, trying to finish the top. Omni Flash onto Denny. The snowball saved them through it all, but DotA does clean up. Limp. Maybe able to finish off the lingering heroes. 3 down. It's gonna be 4 with the big old totem from Jonas Simpan. The Aegis lives and DotA slithers away, but more or less the same fight we saw before.
At what cost?
Jonas Simpan for me, as well as Hanskin for me, MVP there. He blinks back, echoes 1, fissures 3. Tusk Snowball saves the Juggernaut so he can get off an Omni Slash, which kills the Razor, and just wastes so much time.
They just bought enough time to allow everyone to drop their spells off. That is the key thing that actually won them the
And NaVi had a good initiation. They had a 2-hero curse, Static Storm on both,
Crush on 2.
Crush on 2. It just didn't matter. NiP just many good counter plays.
They are just far behind. If the game would be more even, that fight would have actually been like NaVi would have done enough to win that fight if it's a more or less even game.
Perhaps too little too late now, as Jug does complete a Manta. Good way here to remove the amplified damage. Solid pickup for Jug as well. Gone for the max crit, still only the 1 point in healing ward, so more of a...
He didn't max his spin, he left it at 3.
Huh.
Still good, like it's still good having a lot of points in it. It does a lot of damage and cooldown reduction. You wanna
The cooldown's still reasonable.
I think the
level 3.
cooldown is really nice against like this type of heroes. So when they are always chasing you, you have the spin, the second spin to maybe defend yourself or get an extra kill. So I actually like, even though he didn't max it, but it's still a good thing that he had 3 points. You know, it's significant better than the level 1 still. A smoke movement again. There we go.
A little bit too late though to get that tower mid as blink in from DotA. He's gonna crush and find both. Jonas and Fon caught out. There's the static storm. Winter's Curse combo. That's what NaVi have been looking for. They back Limp into the damage. This could be the turnaround fight they've needed. Limp able to retreat out. DotA sticking around. The snowball from Hanskin comes through. They should be able to clean him up too. It's 3 down.
That was all DotA. That initiation into 2 and the glimpse as well from
He
Sonny.
did not even have vision, Winter. He just saw one and he just went for it. Then they backed into the static storm.
They had to make that play because they're so far behind, and that glimpse on the Queen secured them a huge kill.
That is a 4,300 gold swing just when you think NaVi are just out of this game. They smoke again, they go for the somewhat desperation.
That should be their last smoke, I think. Yep, that is their last smoke for 8 minutes.
Imagine if that misses.
That misses, I think the game is over for
Because
them.
then you have nothing to do for 8 minutes but watch an IP farm. Most likely.
Yep.
Instead they'll get the tower mid, DotA.
This is like you're seeing light at the end of the tunnel for NaVi. Finally you see light at the tunnel. There's chance. There's hope after that engagement. Sada has 2k gold after the armlet. Maybe he wants to go for
just AC at this point?
AC, yeah, I'm thinking AC as well. BKB could be nice against Shaker, so, and the snowball. He's getting like stun kited some of the fights, so BKB would allow him to actually solve that problem. It doesn't help against the Omni Slash and the Sonic Wave.
And IP a little fed up with how that fight went. They're gonna smoke. Do have a lane ward here. Vision of Dendy, but he backs off. Oh, there's the Yules. They find him. Dendy in trouble now. The snowball comes through and tries to live, but can't quite survive. Didn't have Winter's Curse. TP forced out from the Wyvern, but not in time to make anything happen. So they get the Dendy kill. Did not spend his gold. I think had just enough for a Yasha there. By anything. Sure what he's going. Is this a Halberd game?
Halberd, I think you just need... Halberd could be nice against Juggernaut, but I think he needs that, so he needs to be tanky, more tanky. Maybe Aghanims will give him like the best stats to actually survive all the spells and the nukes. I'm not sure what's best for him here because there's no clear item that's good here.
Oh, they did get caught with their pants down.
Maybe Manta
in the last fight.
Manta would help against the Omni Slash.
That's true. But then it's just a casual Sun.
Yeah, I guess so.
Could buy the SY and split
I mean,
it up.
he could get SNY then split it later if he wants to.
Oh, the hero that actually has gold though, 3,000. He gets something pretty big if he wants.
BKB is safe. If he wants to go for team item, it's AC.
Anything else really? I mean, he's already pretty good HP with the armlet.
Nah, I don't think there's anything else that's really striking my mind. I mean, Heart feels meh. Like
both teams are prepping for some initiation here. Looks like they want to go on top. And at the same moment, bottom, Jonas and Fon thinking about the jump with the Echo Slam. He's also jumping in. He gets off the Echo, tries to focus down Denny with the snowball, will get the kill. And now back to the top lane where Limp will also fall. So 2 traps sprung, 2 cores dead. But top lane is where the chase continues. There's the amp damage onto Steel Kid and doesn't even get off the grave. It was on cooldown for 1 second. Hanskin could get caught out here.
They can kill him.
They could maybe even fight this.
They can glimpse the Juggernaut.
No Echo Slam. They're going to glimpse back the Earthshaker, but it's too late. Already gotten the kill, and now an Omni barely finding poor Funnick. One last auto tech finishes him off. NiP getting the 3 for 2 exchange, and then Jonas and Fon's like, great, I can go get some additional kills. Vincere, surprise, I'm back. Did you miss me?
No, I didn't.
Get out.
Running out. I only always want to fight, doesn't miss him.
You sounded so sad when you said that. 5-1 and 10 here on Jonas and Fon. He has had a hell of a game in the offlane.
Oh, I think that exchange, it's still acceptable for NaVi. 2-2. Maybe 2 for 3. Did they lose 3? 1. Oh yeah, 3 because Dandy died as well.
Slaughter did also buy before going down.
What did he? Yeah, BKB.
BKB. So I don't think he lost any gold there. Or very little.
He's
anything.
a little short for BKB, but
He's basically got
yeah,
it.
he should be able to farm it in the next minute.
That's pretty big against NiP. They still have Omni Slash.
How big is that? I
They
think
still have Walrus
it's
Punch.
just gonna allow him to survive and not get stunned by Shaker and like the Tusk. But he's still gonna.
It allows him to just jump a support and bait out a bunch of spells.
Yeah,
I feel
but
like that's the big
he's
thing.
still gonna die if he gets caught like by Omni Slash and Sonic Wave. He's still gonna die, like a Warrior's Punch.
Yeah, I think Dream Scenario you find the Shaker or maybe the Dazzle.
I think the BKB would, like you mentioned, allows him to actually go for the Shaker right away. If you basically play like Clock versus Shaker, you are just tunneling vision the Shaker. You're gonna get him with the BKB. You're gonna remove him from the team fight.
And even if you die, you've at least removed the Shaker and probably soaked up like a big spell like an Omni Slash.
Yep. And I think he has a really good, decent chance of surviving it with the armlet.
So Dendy does not go for any of the items we mentioned. He's going to grab an Ogre Club. Looks like he also wants a BKB.
Just wants to be able to...
Blink Crush from DotA. He's got an Eyes on Arrow. He gets the bash backed into the wall. Blade Fury to try and get out of here. He's got an Omni Slash now. Manta cooling down. Might be able to turn this. The team's coming. Oh, Snowball did not bring the Jug though. It's only going to drag in for now the Tusk. Force Punch on the DotA. He gets off the Sigil. Arrow in pursuit. Now he wants to Omni. Bit too late though.
Yeah, I should have brought him in, I think. He should have brought him in. Then he could have dropped his Omni
I don't
Slash.
want to go. Static Storm, a little ambush from Suniko. Clips his limp out of it over the Static Storm, unfortunately. And now DotA stuck in the trees. They found him, they isolated him. They're not going to get the Slardar follow for that curse. Still NaVi try to fight, but they're down to Slardar. Their big team fight hero and a specialist coming in, the Queen of Pain with a very nice ultimate. Dendy lashing down the Tusk, but it looks like Dendy may die here as well. Fissure finishes him off. Sonic on the retreat.
Oh dear.
And Disruptor already made it out.
If they had the Slardar to crush there, to follow up, they would have instantly blew 2 heroes
We
up.
talked about the Slardar catching Yonasamfan,
But it was Yunus.
but it was Yonasamfan catching the
The
Slardar.
fish got caught by the cow there. That was sad.
He ripped him up. And I guess he didn't have the BKB for that, right?
presence of mind. He had the BKB.
Oh, he did? He just got
got
changed
caught.
down.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just the presence of mind from both players. Like both teams, both the players know they are the important initiators. So if I take you out first, we win the fight. If you take out me first, I know you are gonna win the fight. So they are both eyeing each other. Mind games.
Every fight Queen of Pain has managed to find like a 3-4 hero ultimate.
Yeah. No thanks to the Shaker, the Tusk, they are just basically setting things, making things easy for Lim. He's just, putting up the last final touches on the cake, putting out the icing, but everyone else is doing the hard work for the Shaker and the Tusk. Making the cake, getting the
Going
oven
shopping,
hot. Yeah, getting the oven hot and ready for the cake to go in. So
I think you're making some of our viewers hungry, buddy. Some of them are probably sitting there in college dorms around the globe with nothing but a little ramen. Cafeteria's closed. Parents are away at work, not there to cook them a meal, Vincere, and you're talking about delicious baked cakes. Oh, humanity.
I didn't say the cakes would be delicious though. That's not
Oh, you meant they'd be terrible, disgusting cakes, because that's what everyone thinks about when they hear the word cake. Didn't cake also mean bread? Or like one of the translations of it?
I didn't know biscuits mean hamburgers here.
Huh? They don't. Type of bread. Alright, forget about that. Roche fight is coming. Oh, free illusion. Unfortunately, it gets killed off, and now the Echo jumping in. Jonas the with the initiation. The quad ball comes from behind Limp. Beautiful follow-up to that, and Dendy will go down, and now the uppercut. Oh, no, always want to fly 3 down. Likely to be more. They will curse and maybe get Sealkin, not even. Omni Slash just not even needed.
This is GG.
Hands onto it the whole time.
They didn't have someone standing. They didn't have someone standing outside to reveal the smoke. Someone had to sacrifice when your team is actually doing that. I think either maybe the Wyvern should be the guy, because everyone else has to be hitting the Roche. Darkseer doesn't want to get caught because you need to do your combo with the Disruptor and the Slardar. I think Wyvern had to be the one standing outside there. Like, I think I mentioned this a lot when you are doing Roche in this sort of positions. There are a lot of
up on the cliff.
a lot of the parts are lost because no one is willing to take the bullet. Like, you have to assign someone outside, take the bullet for the team, you finish the Roche. Take the fight if you can, but if you can't take the fight, you lose one hero, you take the Roche and you get up.
If there's a clock, you try to block the hook shot with your body, put yourself in the line.
I mean, they don't have the ideal heroes to do that this game, but someone has to do that.
At least try, yeah. And Era now, secure the late game. He went back for a Battle Fury. We never really talked about it, but with this, he will get glimpse.
Oh, Manta.
Manta dodging
this is just
very nice.
Era is really good at this. Like he did this with Chaos Knight at TI.
Even if they pull him in, I think he probably still kills 1 or 2, but this is better. Now they can siege safely.
It's just, you know, I want to show off, you know, I know I'm not dying, but I don't want to go there. Dodge it. No worries. You don't really want to put your team in that situation. Oh damn, my carry is stuck there, I need to go. Like everyone gets stressed out, you know.
I think NaVi are pretty stressed out now. Era jumps in again, popping the Manta nice and early. He'll start hacking away. Tier 3 gonna fall. Almost. Illusion gets the job done. Fissure comes through to cover the retreat, and a no expenses paid siege.
The expenses would be a cooldown on Weave, cooldown on Blade Fury, cooldown on Manta style. Negligible expenses. So BKB coming out from Limp now. The only control they have for him is the curse at this point.
Just examining how hungry chat was. Seems like you made them pretty hungry. NiP, perhaps the last few moments for NaVi here in the Summit 4. Their new roster, it looked hot in Game 1. It's come up pretty cold to Games 2 and 3 thus far. Now they are on the verge of getting eliminated. Era, perhaps ready to jump up to the high ground again. Let's see, does he have the confidence to go in? Some fun there to bail him out. Era knows he's got backup and he'll start on the range Rex. They focus him a bit. Fissure through onto 2. They retreat. Slow and steady. They can do this all day. So, they just will only have about 2 more minutes.
They're playing very safe, honestly. They're leaving no rooms for NaVi to actually capitalize because they are sending 1 hero up so they don't get caught by the Dark Spear combo with the Slada. That is like the best possible scenario for NiP to see. They don't even get the Queen up to try and hit the tower. Juggernaut is the only person hitting the tower. We've seen this happen a lot of times where teams are ahead, they go up, they get caught by 1 combo, and the whole game turns around. NiP is doing the right thing, sending only 1 hero, so it basically defeats the purpose of what NaVi is standing up here to do.
And you're going on a Juggernaut of all heroes. He's going to be graved. Even if you kill him, he's coming back with Omni Slash, and he's punishing you, so not a good hero to jump. The only one available. Vincere will walk in again. Has ultimate deployed. His damage being stolen by Dendi. They're only getting a couple of auto attacks up. There's the 2 hero Fissure. 4 step coming out, but the arrow will BKB. Oh, that's a long duration
Glimpse?
BKB.
He wants to try for a glimpse.
First BKB of the game, Winter. And now it's on cooldown for 70 seconds. This to me feels like the creep wave for an NiP commit. Now that the BKB's been forced out, they want to go in. Be the time, otherwise you'll lose your Aegis. Jump up again. Range rack, about to go down. Dendi trying to discourage him with the static link, and Era comes back in now. Fissure committed. Still alive, Limp will poke it. Only a range racks though. Very slow siege from NiP. They get the glimpse back. Follow up though, as Era will start beating away at the creep wave, finishes that off. Moves in, Dazzle Weave still keeping him healthy, up to 25 armor and counting. The Era still bides his time here. Manta gonna remove that Sparta ultimate, and now NiP have found their opening. They move in. The safest siege you'll ever witness. But they may lose 1 here. The Shaker trying to get the Yules off, and still in trouble. 4 staff at the ready. He already committed it, but the static field, or rather the static field went there. Then the curse onto 3. Static storm to follow this up. The Quaffle to counterplay it as Limp rushes forward. Goes to work. Era had the Aegis though. He's coming back for a second life. They've lost their 2 big initiators on as the Earthshaker fell to the combo. But Era hangs on. Queen of Pain still gets the Wyvern. Excellent hold by NaVi, but they still lose late of Rax, and Dendi, meanwhile, chases Limp back to the fountain practically.
Oh, they need to get the glimpse, maybe. Vision? Slada?
Team for Era. Damage is there, has an Omni. Manta first, Blade Fury to dodge, and that might end the chase. No, they want him. They want him, he blinks out.
Oh, he blinks out. Fine now. That was why you call them safe. Look at what happened when they actually grouped up. That was that moment where they actually got their combination on 3 heroes. That is why NiP was so scared when they were pushing the high ground. They did everything so safe and conservative. That was why they were worried about that happening. You can be 10k ahead, you get caught by that, you lose the fight.
Felt like they stuck around a little bit after getting
They were
the
running
racks.
they were running away because Lim blinked in, he finished
Yeah.
the racks, and they finished the melee, and they were all trying to run away, but they got caught. But at least they got
It's
the
still,
racks.
I think it still works out fine for NiP though. They get the racks, they don't lose the jug. He's not gonna BKB. Yeah, NaVi win a fight, but you look at their gold deficit. These guys are just so incredibly poor.
Still a good.
It
you
is a
know,
good fight.
It's still
a good
fight
fight.
for them.
Not saying it's not a good
Yeah,
fight, but they have a lot. They need like 2 more of those probably to come back.
The road to recovery. This is like first step for them, man. NiP gets the gem to secure because they are all over the place right now. You want a gem to remove the vision. So NiP are doing all the small steps, right? Securing the map vision, pushing before they go push again. You secure vision, you get the next rush, you push. You don't rush it at this point.
Cards will come out. Always want to fly. He's gonna flap away using the Arctic Burn. He'll TP out.
He is indeed flying now. The dream. So you want to get a dagger, I assume, on the Wyvern for the combo. Darkseer.
Does seem that way. That's how they're winning a fight.
Yeah, I could see that happening for him. They don't really need Glimmer Capes that much this game. So the next item, like, it's either you get a blink or you try to save for refresher. Refresher is just like a long shot away.
The game might end before he even gets one.
But blink is something that he can afford now.
I think most players would get blink here,
Yep, I agree.
especially with the Darkseer.
Maybe if you are in a much better position, you can actually afford to go refresher, but not this game.
We're actually gonna see so Shaker Ags Winter?
Serious? No,
Vipers.
Octarine Core.
Octarine?
I think Octarine Core is better.
So yeah, your fissure cooldown goes down by quite a bit.
I think it's just really good on heroes that has so many spells though. The Agonist is like a good damage upgrade, but you might actually be able to do more if you cast your spells
And it
more.
looks like it is gonna be an Octarine now as he completes the soul booster. I don't think I've seen a Shaker get an Octarine in a long time.
You've seen it a few times. I mean, your Enchant Totem is a lot of damage if you can actually cast it a lot. So why not?
Hero will be pushing out the bottom lane. Handskin looks to jump him. Sigil's hunting him, slowing him down a little bit.
Damn,
He's got the vision. He's gonna force out the BKB. The shards casting
my
around.
God!
Beautiful trap. Though did not take any damage from that.
What was that?
He was actually unable to move, it looked like. I don't even know if he could have backed out.
That was
Seemed like the trees kind of trapped
some
him in.
next level shots there. I think he probably didn't intend to do that, but it just worked out for him. So Roshan is next on the menu for them. They remove all the vision from NaVi and they go for Rosh. So it's they're just doing everything one step at a time and taking every small bit of detail into consideration.
And it feels like you can really see the discipline and teamwork of having the same 5-man roster for what, like a year and a half, 2 years now for NiP? It's been a while. Maybe not a year and a half, like over a year or close to it.
Since last year, I think almost a year.
Yeah, and they haven't changed anyone. There was like kind of a joking tweet from Jonas Simfan that he was leaving the team, I think, for TI5, but that was not actually the case. It's one voice in the room. They go from objective to objective. If they lose, but it's not because the team has multiple ideas about how to fight.
They lose because they got outplayed, not because of internal issues.
Exactly. Jug's gonna go for an AC now.
We win as a team, we lose as a team. That's the spirit.
Radiant's top tower
Unity.
is under
What's the
attack.
story of TI5? Perhaps it'll be the story of the
Sweet.
post TI5 era as well. These Swedes are back.
It's not the story for Meepo. Divided we stand.
It's a little bit of a twist on the normal expression. His Jug will blink in. Bottom lane. Can just Blade Fury his way out of here whenever he feels a little nervous. Keeps on auto-tagging through the Blade Fury. Can do this to things that are not affected by it.
Okay, Glimmer Cape to make sure he doesn't get glimpsed as well. They got everything
They've
right.
almost got the AC too. He gets this tower, you can back off, probably grab it. Illusions will march in, try to finish
He
it.
doesn't have space for AC though, unless he drops the Aegis.
He needs to send out the components. And I guess he has to drop that or the treads even. Kinda want your move speed here.
Who has buyback? Razor has no buy. Okay, he probably has it. He just needs 75 gold. Wyvern doesn't have buyback. Lada has buyback. So 2 heroes with buyback. Disruptor no buyback. Darkseer no buyback. Only 2 heroes.
Era blinks in again. Continues the siege. One-man wrecking crew here. Sonic tries to counter-initiate. He blinks it back to walls, but it's only on Era. Oh god, this siege just got very difficult for NaVi. They may wait out the wall. Little red X's flying around everywhere.
I wouldn't be surprised if they wait out the wall, judging by how they've played the whole fight.
Alright, he's got the AC now. Let's see, what does he want to drop? Does he want to drop him? Do it, man. I'll get it later. So, Era will get focused here a little bit by the Slardar. Doesn't really seem to affect him at all. The Omni Slash is a cold embrace target, though. Ooh.
Oh, this might be the
That kind of hurt. Now Blade Furies, as they try for the vacuum fall up the fissure. Now expiring. Limp going with the Queen of Pain ult, turns around and hits 4 heroes with it. Doesn't really have a whole lot of follow-up. Jonas and Pon's waiting. Watch out for the Echo. Watch out for the big, old, angry totem to come through. First it's the Tusk, rolling in deeper, Hanskin committing. Still hanging on. Jonas and Pon just watching while his team kills off a few, or tries, and then he jumps. He pounces, rubs down another. They force out the buyback on the Slardar, who has no BKB, who has no help really at all. It's just a lonely Razor. His own BKB also expended. The wall being wasted there. They never even got off a curse. This will be a second lane of Brax. With that, quite possibly the death of NaVi in the Summit 4.
Do show potential though, so we'll see if they can actually work things out and actually get, get the team more organized.
Now you've got the 11.25 second Fissure and the 82.5 second Echo.
And you have the 15-second 4-star, the 17.25 seconds use after
the 9-second blink. Oh,
and the 52.5-second cooldown on teleport scroll.
Oh yeah, that's why you get the Octarine.
And you have the 9.75 cooldown on the Tranquil Boots.
Are you done yet?
When you started it.
Yeah, with useful information. Unlike you.
Oh yeah, 11 seconds cooldown on a Shaker feature is so useful.
Oh yeah, what? That's not useful? Are you serious? Rob, I would like to request a mute on Winter for the remainder of the broadcast. Smoke from NaVi. Desperation in the land. They're gonna snake around. Funnick will lead the way. He does have a BKB available. Static Storm online, but look who's in position. Jonas and Fan is up on the cliff. He's gonna be able to, he actually jumped forward though, so he's in an awkward position. Gets off the Yules at the very least, and now Limp trying to save his buddy, the Wyvern. Caught by a Queen of Pain ultimate. Glimmer Capes there. Around engaging. Jonas and Fan Echo cooling down. Snowball save again. Hansky making the plays. This may allow them to get off the Echo. 1 second and counting. He's stunned. He's cursed. Will he get it off? No, can't quite. Don't even know if they need it though. This is with the death of him. Still Era runs in, hacks away. Omni Slash already committed and now hunting for more. Blinks onto Funnick, hits him once, almost finishes the job, runs through the wall, keeps on chasing. And on the other side of the engagement, Era will fall to the wrath of Limp. NaVi, buyback already used previously on the Slardar. He's dead for 85. Grave danger, losing this Rax. Decent hold again, but was with the Razor buyback as well.
Yeah, it was still a loss for them, even though they hold. They're gonna lose eventually. They are forced to just use so much of their buybacks and
they're so reliant on the combo. And as soon as it's on cooldown, NiP, there's just very little fear here. They're trying to get away from that pesky Razor static terrain, but he's not able to. The Queen of Pain though doesn't get affected and goes in with an ult, brings Funnick low. They may scatter in the end. NiP almost got that next big item. Era up to 4.3k gold. Seal Kid,
you might be able to get the glimpse.
The lone casualty. Do they have detection?
But they're gonna find him though. Dead.
Oop! Where you going, Seal Kid?
Nowhere.
But that's okay. Era's ratting. Forget about the dazzle. Who even cares? He got off a grave. He's gonna try to hang on for a little bit longer, but more importantly, it's Megas. Era has done it. Tier 4's fall. NaVi may as well just call it now. Limp even gonna slow them down, try to stall. They won't even bother. They'll just go for kills. They know the end is here. Jonas and Fan engaging as well. Echo Slam already committed. Tanky a few nukes and bam! Thrown down. NiP take it 2-1.
very, very solid showing from NiP though. I think what went wrong most for the NaVi lineup was they didn't secure enough advantage from the early game with their lineup. I think they needed to win their lanes more. Darkseid having a hard time doesn't help at all.